And welcome back to Pure Nebraska. Mondays here on the program, we like to put the farm organization called the Alliance for the Future of Agriculture in Nebraska, or AFAN, in the spotlight.
Today, AFAN is connecting us with an expert from the Nebraska Beef Council. And so joining us now is Adam Wegner. Thank you for being here today.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Did you drive in from Kearney this morning?
I did. It's a beautiful drive, and hopefully on the way home, the wind is behind me.
Kind of pushes you, helps with gas mileage and everything.
Right.
Yeah, I like that. Well, we're going to talk about making a beef roast for the holidays. And this would be perfect for people who are busy on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, right?
Yeah. And so, one thing about beef roasts is that they are very convenient. You get them prepped, you put them in the oven, and then you kind of can let it go. There's not a whole lot of additional prep work that has to go along with it. And what we really want to do is encourage people to get out there and look for the perfect roast for your occasion. So if you're having a lot of people over, maybe you want to get a big ribeye roast, maybe it's a small group and you're looking for a more economical cut, you can go towards like a round roast or something of that nature. So there's a lot of different varieties out there. We really encourage people to talk to your butcher. Go to the grocery store, ask your butcher, and they'll help you find the perfect cut for you.
That's a good idea. And also, you got to have the right tools for doing this job, right?
Yeah, so, it really does start with the right tools. And really, you simply just need a roasting pan like this one here. Make sure you get a pan that's going to fit the roast that you're cooking. You're going to need a meat thermometer because, as you know, you want to make sure that it's cooked to the doneness that you prefer. And then some aluminum foil is also very helpful. When you're done cooking the roast, you'll want to tent that roast and let it sit for 10-15 minutes.
Okay.
And it's just like cooking a steak. We've talked about that before, where you want to let it rest and let those juices really absorb back into the roast before you carve into it.
And you need a good cutting board, right? And a sharp knife.
Yes, a cutting board and a sharp knife. And we can't reiterate that enough. People, a lot of times, if you're going to cut yourself, it's going to be because of a dull knife, not because of a sharp one. So if you have a sharp knife, it'll cut a lot easier for you, and you'll eliminate a lot of that risk for injuring yourself. And you also make those cuts a lot more even too. Here's some pictures of a few of the roasts that you could make. Of course, ribeyes are really popular this time of year. Strip loins have actually been very economical as well. So it's a premium roast, but it's a little bit less money when you're buying it at the grocery store, and it's a little bit lower in fat. So if you're concerned about that, you could go towards a cut like a strip loin.
Very good, yeah.
And then you brought this pan along just to kind of show people what would be good.
Yeah, so this pan, it has this very simple roasting rack that you put in the bottom, and that's really key to keep that roast off of the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
Now, if you're like me, Taryn, you might have done this before too, where you have your pan and you've lost the rack that goes in it, right?
Yeah, where is that?
Right, it's hard to find it. So you can actually make one yourself, and this is just aluminum foil that I've rolled up into kind of a ring like this. You could put that at the bottom of your pan, and the roast will sit right on top of that. It acts the same way as a rack, and it's kind of your do-it-yourself MacGyver way of creating your roast rack.
I like it. That's
I like
great.
that term, MacGyver. That's great. Yeah, it'll sit right there on top. All right, perfect. Adam, great advice.
Yeah, I'm ready for that holiday roast.
You bet.
Yeah.
I'll look for the invitation.
Okay.
Okay.
You may not like how it turns out, but
You may
I'll
have to
try my
drive
best.
all the way to Pender for that.
Yeah.
if
It'd be
you're
worth it. It'd be
Okay,
worth
all
it.
right. Thank you, Adam.
All right.